Welcome to Roseflower Radio, the show that goes behind the scenes of your favorite independent artists and creatives. I'm your co-host, Micah Wilson.
And I'm your co-host, Finlay Matthias. With us today, a rapper, artist from North Carolina, but he just moved to LA.
I did.
A longtime friend, but we finally here in person. It's Cohlman.
Hello. Hello.
What up, Cohlman?
Thank you.
Settle down, guys.
Not
Settle
North
down.
Dakota, not North Dakota, North Carolina.
So
Okay.
what's up with North Carolina?
There's
North
beef.
Carolina's a slept-on state. It really is.
What's better than that? So do you guys have beef with South Carolina?
Oh yeah,
Really?
because South Carolina is like the ugly cousin. It's ugly there, bro. There's a few cities that are really pretty, but for the most part, and they don't know how to drive there. The beaches aren't as good.
It's like a racial thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
That's exactly what it is.
I'm just kidding.
No, North Carolina, it's night and day.
If North Carolina is so dope, what's the reason for the move out to LA?
Connections, music. There's a little bit of a music scene in North Carolina, but mainly in Charlotte and Raleigh. But I've lived there my whole life. I'm just kind of over it, and I just wanted to. In my head, making it as a musician always started in LA. That's just kind of how I envision it. Even when I started making music, it was when I imagined making it or even just grinding for it. It was always in LA.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any other. It was just LA from the jump.
Pretty much. I considered Atlanta for a little bit because I had a videographer friend that lived there, but it just didn't really stand out like
Yeah.
LA. And plus I just knew more people here, so it just made more sense to come here.
Were you just kind of saving and planning and getting ready to move, or did something happen and you were like, okay, I gotta get there
Kind
now?
of both. Honestly, I've been wanting to move here for seriously, I've been considering it for the last 2 years, and I think I had multiple 2 or 3 opportunities to move here, and they kind of just all fell through. And it was one of those things where I was like, all right, well, when it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. I'm just going to wait. I'll save up. If anything, it just gives me more time to save money, whatever. And when it happens, it'll happen. So a couple months ago, one of my buddies texted me, said a room in the house was opening up. And that kind of just worked out.
Yeah,
So
okay.
here I am.
How you feel about
yeah.
that traffic?
Dude, traffic here is it's ridiculous. Traffic here makes living, it's fun living here. It's sick. But the traffic makes it damn, I shouldn't have even moved here.
Yeah, right.
It
No,
makes
it
it
kinda
so
sucks.
much worse. It makes life so much worse, actually.
It's such a negative.
Yeah. When I'm driving, I only got my license here 2 months ago, so I've just kind of
Stay off
started.
the roads, people.
Yeah, beep, beep. But I would it pains me when I'm chilling on the highway and I look and it's 13 miles, 25 minutes or
Yeah.
something, and I'm like, I'm on the highway. How is that possible?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, back home, there's one of our biggest shopping centers in the city I'm from is 12 miles away from my house, but I can get there in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's here, it's
12
that's-
miles, that's half
that's
an
a
hour,
day
you
trip,
know?
bro.
Yeah,
That's a day
We're not
trip.
going further than
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is I love LA. I really do. The thing for me that I've also realized so much different from where I'm from too is the fast pace.
Yeah.
Is North Carolina does it have I know you said it has a music scene, but would you say it's fast paced? You're
Yeah, what's
meeting
the
people
vibe
doing-
compared
yeah.
to LA? Because LA kind of has that urgent, fast paced, full of people who want things done now vibe, you know?
It's definitely, it kind of depends what part of North Carolina you're in, because there's so, Charlotte and Raleigh are the 2 cities that there's a lot of shit going on. But where I'm from, it's just I honestly live in a city. The city I'm from is a great city if you want to settle down.
So what city are you from? I
I'm
don't
from
know what you said
Greensboro.
it. Okay.
Which is in the middle of the state. So it's but it's pretty. It's an hour from kind of everything. It's an hour from Charlotte, hour from Raleigh. It's a day trip to the beach, which is nice. But it's just not. There's not a lot of creatives in Greensboro. There's just not much going on as far as creative avenues. So I just had to get out of there. But that's a city I think if I wanted to retire one day and have a family or some shit I might go back home. But
Yeah.
no, just not enough going on.
You're not planning on having a kid anytime soon?
I was thinking maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
But
I got some people.
I got to make some phone calls first, you know?
we can connect you.
Yeah. So if there's not many creatives and there's not much of a music scene in Greensboro, where did Cohlman come from? What started it for you?
Dude, honestly, Okay, this is actually I have a funny story, but
That's what
okay,
we're here
so-
for, baby.
So the start of like my like hip hop journey and like wanting to rap actually started with rice gum, which is so funny. And let me explain. So do y'all remember that like era of YouTube like diss tracks back in like 2016?
Clearly, you've not been watching our videos, bro. We did a whole video break watching all these
Really?
videos and reacting like a month ago.
So what was that, like 2016?
Yeah,
or
I think it was like
something?
2015 to like
In the-
2018
in that
kind
area.
of.
So during that time, I was a huge Rice Gum fan. I would like get home from school, watch his fucking videos, like loved him. And like I would watch his diss tracks all the time just because I just thought they were like so entertaining. And so I would watch them so often, I started like making diss tracks on my friends just for fun. And like we would always just write diss tracks about each other just for fun. And after doing it so many times, I was like, let me try writing like a real song that's not just saying like dumb shit about my friends. So I did, and it kind of just like, I was
You
like,
loved
damn,
it.
I was like, dude, rhyming words is like so cool. Like what? I was like, that's so sick. I like
Call
wrote
me a
this verse.
dictionary, baby. Like,
Literally. Some about like rhyming words like on beat and stuff like was super cool to me. And so that's kind of what stemmed the interest, and it just kind of grew from there. But
So did you like have like a musical background like growing up or whatever?
no, that's the weird part. Like I was in like band for like 1 year in middle school.
What'd you play?
Drums, snare.
Respect.
fuck yeah.
Well, my brother and my dad also played drums. My brother's actually a really good drummer. But no, I didn't have musical background. I like played soccer and stuff, and I played video games. Like that was my childhood. I played soccer. I went home. I played video games, and that was it. I didn't have like any kind of. I didn't even really listen to music that much. I like listened to Skrillex and stuff when I was in like middle school.
Bass.
Yeah, like, or like Logic and during like the FaZe Clan like montages and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I never like took interest, especially in hip hop. And then my brother put me on to Hobson in like 2015. I was like a freshman in high school, and I like got into Hobson. And then a few months later, he put me on to J. Cole. And then I found out about NF,
Yeah.
and I became a big fan of NF. And those three kind of like were the reasons I like started making music.
That's
So-
cool. I feel like I've always talked about this. NF is a funny thing that you mentioned, but there's this really weird downfall that I've realized of like, did you grow up religious?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is, hang on, hold up. I'm
I don't
gonna
know
cook.
where he's going
Let me
with
cook.
this.
Let me cook.
Let him cook.
There is there's such a weird downfall where it's like if you grew up in like kind of a Christian household and like did this whole thing, but you start to like go into more secular music, there's like this weird branch that everyone took where you either went to 21 Pilots.
No, facts.
This is my
No,
whole theory,
this
bro.
is
You
facts.
either went to 21 Pilots or you went to like the Christian rap, like the NF
Yup.
and like
Yo,
NF
all those
is
people.
Christian rap? Wait.
No,
Christian rap goes hard,
He's
bro.
a Christian. Well, he's
We
a
don't
Chris-
have to- I mean,
he's
yeah.
a Christian. He's a rapper. Like he's not actually like he's not within the CHH like subgenre, which is something he actually like talks about a lot in his earlier albums. But no, that's actually facts because I know a lot. I have a lot of friends growing up with from the church, and same exact story. They're either all 21 Pilot fans, and
Yeah.
that's how they started, or NF fans. I don't. It's just the route you take. I
I
don't
feel
know
like
why.
that rabbit hole has to be. We have to explore.
Someone
that.
needs to study this
It needs to be studied by
phenomenon.
scientists. Like
Science?
Harvard.
Science? Get on that. Science?
Science.
Forget global warming. Forget global warming. Put that on pause.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
talk about
Put
these
that on pause.
This is vital information.
Well, so I'm trying to remember. I actually watched like some documentary on this about like this whole
On
thing.
the 21 Pilots NF
Yes,
phenomenon.
it's like a real thing. Like this whole phenomenon. And they were talking about like the guys who like when he was starting his career, like the promoters and like the marketing people that he was working with marketed him specifically to those audiences, like to the 21 Pilots fan. I don't know. There's something about it that's so interesting.
I
but,
think
like,
I think it's probably because those are like two of the artists that like their music's clean, so like Christians are like, okay, we can listen to it.
Yeah.
And then B, they're like their music's actually good. So it's like because most of like Christian music, there's some Christian hip hop artists who actually do make really good music, but for the most part, it can be like pretty corny and stuff. But like those were two artists that like were still like clean and like.
but they also
stood-
covered a lot of dark topics.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
you know?
So they were real. They covered things, but still like were like real with their faith, but also like made pretty good music. So
Yeah.
it was like
21
kind of their
Pilots
first-
had a moment.
They did.
In like 2014,
My name's
2015.
Blair, we facing.
And I-
You can't be
They also have some of the craziest loyal fans like out there in the music industry, which is insane. Like their fans are right. Like I would say they probably have like top 10, one of the like most loyal, crazy fan bases.
I would put them up there for
in
sure.
Yeah,
music.
up there is like Taylor Swift. I think is
sure.
number one. That's
Oh,
like
100%.
undeniable.
Yeah, undeniable.
Number one.
I have a Taylor
21
Swift radar,
Pilots.
by the way.
What?
Taylor Swift radar.
So like you know when Taylor Swift is coming close to you?
No, not specifically Taylor Swift.
An actual radar.
Yeah, let me get the gun out. Hold
Yeah,
on.
his
yeah,
phone.
the tracker in her purse, so like he knows where she is.
I actually just put a Apple AirTag in her purse one time. I just know where she is. It's actually creepy. I'm
Oh
a
my
stalker.
I knew it.
No, but like I have this theory where like if I meet some people, but a lot of the times you can like talk to someone and be like, no, they love Taylor Swift.
Yeah, for
You know?
sure. For sure. 100%.
I don't know.
100%.
We don't. But enough about everyone else. Back to Cohlman. So moving to LA. So you did like music stuff before, and I know you've done a lot of collaborations with a bunch of different artists. Was that something that was specific to North Carolina? Like the start of the collaborations, or like moving out here, has that progressed? Has that changed? Like where do you feel like you're at collaborations wise?
I would say most of the collabs I've done so far have stemmed from like my North Carolina friends. Because although there wasn't a big music scene there were like 3 or 4 friends I made out there when I like first started making music, and we kind of just like grew over the years. And they were like some of my first collabs. Like my friend Monty, we did a song called Drip Drip, which actually did really good. He got it placed with like Forever 21, Reebok and stuff.
That's dope.
But he was my first, like the first time I ever recorded on a mic was at his college dorm.
Damn.
And funny story about that, I remember like going, because I didn't know how music really worked when I first started like rapping. I just thought you go in, record, and it just comes out sounding like the radio stuff.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know there was a mixing process. And so I went to his dorm, recorded, and he like has me take off the headphone, and he turns on the speakers, and he's like starting to mix it, and I'm like hearing my voice raw, and I was like, holy shit, this sounds so bad.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm never making music again. And
Yeah.
I remember I was like in high school still. My mom picked me up, and I got in the car. I was like, Mom, I'm never making music again. And she was like, what happened? I was like, I sound terrible. Like the mixing process, I didn't even know it existed. But no, he's the first person I ever recorded with, and now we have a couple songs together. And I just released a song last night with one of my friends from North Carolina also. So
go.
yeah, I'm trying to do more collabs though, especially being out here.
Yeah.
I feel like collabs are kind of the way to grow now, because you're like conjoining 2 fan bases. And I'm trying to take advantage of that. With some of the people
it's
around me
almost
out here.
almost like half of our posts are collaboration posts
Yeah.
on Instagram for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like that is like such a, when they added that tool, I was like almost jumping around. I was so happy because like for
That's you giddy as hell, bro. Yippee! Hooray!
because like I saw it and I was like, oh, we about to get so much engagement.
Yeah.
You know, because like, especially when you're first starting out, like if you're not promoting your shit like really, really well, chances are no one's going to see it. But yeah, if you collab with someone or you talk to an artist, you can hit them with that collab post, with that story post, with whatever it is. And yeah, you're getting, you're merging those 2 fan bases.
Yeah.
So
It's a cheat code.
It's a game changer, and I love collaboration. It's something that I feel like is kind of rooted in LA too. You know what I'm saying? Like people come out here to collab with like the whole reason why, it's the same reason why I moved out here too. It's networking. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm getting a call.
who's calling you right now?
My sister.
Yo, pick up.
I think
up.
I already
Call back.
I already
Call
hung
back.
up. I'm not doing that right now.
Call back, bro.
I'm not doing that.
Live on the podcast.
Book, what's up? We're joined by Cohlman and my sister.
What do you have to say?
Yeah, right.
So what are your thoughts on 21
What do you think on
Pilots?
Cohlman, huh? Look at him. Judge him. What do you think?
What
No.
do you think of NF?
I don't know what you think about that. Think about that. No, but like, it's super cool how like collaboration is rooted in this industry, and how like it's weird because I feel like LA is a place where a lot of people are kind of like stuck up, you know, in the sense of like, I do it myself. I'm hardworking. Like I don't need anyone else. Like, you know, very me oriented.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are also a lot of people who are like, yeah, also, you know, like let's like collab and stuff. Like let's work. Like let's, you know, I think it's super cool. Going forward with that, like rapping wise, you said when you started with your first ever time, like hearing your voice, you were like, I don't ever want to do this again. What changed? Why are you still here?
I don't know. I guess I just like kept writing. I honestly don't remember the story much after that. I kept writing. I tried recording with different people. I tried recording myself. I got my own equipment. Met new engineers and stuff. Had certain engineers mix. Like that's another thing that has been difficult for me. Is like I'm very pickle.
He's very
Keep
pickled.
it in. I'm very.
Yo, this man is a dill, bro. What you doing?
Yo, I hate
bread and
pickles.
butter?
Fun fact: I hate pickles. But
What?
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Don't tell Chick-fil-A. Don't tell
No,
Chick-fil-A.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I get that Chick-fil-A sandwich,
I hate to be that guy, but like,
No, I hate you for being that guy. How do you not like pickles?
I hate to say, Micah, you're outnumbered. 4-3-1 here. I don't like pickles either.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I'm
wanna know
not
what my
about
most
it.
shameful
What?
thing is? I get the deluxe from Chick-fil-A, and then I take out the pickles and the tomato, so it's just the lettuce that's getting
me,
added.
bro.
What trauma did you guys go through in childhood?
A lot.
Oh, damn.
He grew up in North Carolina. If you were not
Yeah.
listening to this story,
Come on, dude.
he heard his voice for the first time.
I was like, it's over, bro.
Yeah.
What
It's
were you
over.
talking about? Though?
Okay, no, I was saying I'm very picky with my vocals and like the mixes and like I've worked with so many engineers and the first like 2 or 3 years I made music, I probably went through like 12 different engineers and I finally found my current engineer, it's Brendan. He lives here. He's actually a big reason I moved here. The house I live in, he used to live in last year. So he's the reason I even have that connection. But me and him just like click. He knows what I want. He knows what I like. Like he's so fucking good at what he does. But that's like a whole nother side of music that I didn't like know was gonna be an issue or like a whole, cause like making the music or like writing and recording is one thing, but then like mixing it is a whole nother side of it.
Totally.
So that's one thing I've had to get used to. And I'm still trying to meet new engineers also just cause I want to have options, you know. I want to switch up my mixes a lot. I know a very popular style right now is like pitching up your vocals and like almost having muddy mixes on purpose, like to fit the vibe. I know that's like kind of popular right now.
Shout out 100 Gex, baby.
No, literally, like people be mixing their vocals in BeatStars or BandLab.
BandLab.
And like
BeatStars.
it sounds bad in a mix, like on a mixing level, but it sounds good with the vibe of the song.
with everything that's going
So
on.
that's one thing I'm also trying to experiment with is just like having it not sound like picture perfect, but like just fit the vibe more. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and then I wanted you've mentioned a couple of times this house that you live in, and
Yeah.
when he was here for the other show coming soon, you mentioned that it's like a bunch of creatives that are living together. So like,
Yeah.
what's going on in this house?
There's 6 of us. We all make music. One of us he does tattoos and music,
That's dope.
which is super sick. He makes music kind of just like it's a joke, but he's fire. But all of us kind of do different things, which is really cool. One of them's a drummer and like he makes beats. And then one is like a pop punk guy and he can mix. I obviously do like more hip hop and like pop stuff. And then 2 of the guys that live there make music, but they mainly do like business stuff. They like manage artists and they're very involved with like sync and placement deals and stuff like that, which is really cool. So everyone kind of has a little bit different things to offer, which is nice. Because if you need a mix, you go to one guy. If you need a beat, you go to the other guy. If you need to sync something, you go to the other guy. So it's pretty sick.
Is it a 6-bedroom house as well?
It's not a 6-bedroom house.
Should your landlord be aware that there are 6 people
Yeah,
living
be careful.
in this house?
We've had people incriminate themselves before on here. Let's be careful here.
I plead the 5th on that one. Let's just say it's not a 6-bedroom.
Okay, there's one dude in the pool.
There's one dude in the
guy-
pool. There's one dude in the bathtub.
One guy on the
Yeah.
roof.
There's actually 2 of us up there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then the other 2 just split the kitchen. So
Yeah, there's actually no
It's a 0 bedroom.
it's a 0 bedroom.
It's a kitchen, a pool, and a roof.
It's a
That's
studio
it.
apartment, but for some reason it has a pool and a roof. Yeah.
No, it's actually like it's not a massive house, but there's the downstairs was just so big and like unnecessary, so we converted 2 rooms down there just because there's so much
Dope.
space.
They had like
But-
3 living rooms in there or some shit.
Pretty much, dude. I mean, it's
Yeah. Yeah, that's
That's
kind of
LA.
like my apartment. My room was definitely not supposed to be a room. Like you've seen my room. It's floor to ceiling glass windows, like no insulation on them, like really shitty ass blinds like
Yeah.
applied to these windows. So like in the summer, early morning and late at night is full just bright in my room.
I can't do that.
You
bro.
know,
He wears
like,
a sleep mask.
I have to wear like one of those mask
Yeah.
things, bro, because otherwise
Finlay the
like,
type of guy to snore like honk shoe, honk shoe.
like I didn't know you put a microphone
With a
in my room.
nightgown and like a candle, bro.
Yeah, I got my hat on.
You look like
too.
what's the Scrooge, bro?
Duck McScrooge.
Yeah, how
Oh my
the
God.
how the Finlay stole Christmas, you know?
Bro wears his slippers to his bed.
No, but no, I know what you mean because my apartment was definitely not a 3-bedroom. They just turned that shit
Yeah.
into a bedroom with like 3 beds.
I feel like a lot of people are doing that here though, because like rent is so expensive here, so people are just like making it
yeah,
work.
you can like throw together the shittiest thing, be like 1.5K a month. Boom.
Yeah,
you
literally.
know.
It's
So,
stupid. Well, so how did you meet all those guys?
like I said, my engineer lived. So when I first came to LA for the first time 2 years ago to record, it was at the house I'm living in, but my engineer was living there, and it was pretty much a whole different group of people living there at that time besides the guy that does tattoos. And we recorded. I kind of met the whole house. We hung out for a week, and then I came back the next year, did the same thing. So at that point, I kind of knew everyone. And then when I found out a room was opening up, they had already knew like I wanted to come out there.
Yeah.
And so they like hit me up, and I was like, yeah, I'll take a room for sure. So
For sure. That's super sick. And like, my follow up with that is I know that you said that you're like, yeah, you have engineers and you have all these people, and it's awesome that you can go to all these people for all these different things. I know you also said that you got some of your own equipment right now. So are you tapping into the production side at all? Or is it more so just to record your own voice?
like tapping into the production side.
I mean, like, are you making beats? Are you cooking up? You
no,
know?
I don't. I can make beats. Like I can like find samples and like do drum patterns and like
Yeah.
the basic stuff, but I don't do any of my own production just because like I'm not that good at making beats. I can like I can start rough ideas and like send them to my other buddies that produce, and like they can like finish it off.
Sure.
But I mainly just record just because studio time is just let me just say this: if you're an artist and you're starting out, you want to save bread, do not pay for studio time. It's the biggest waste of money. You spend the money you spend on studio time and give it to an engineer. You could record on Apple earbuds. If an engineer that's good and knows what he's doing takes that, like he can turn it into something great. Like I'd much rather do that than spend hundreds of dollars an hour on studio time. It's just
yeah.
it's
Absolutely.
not
And
worth
plus,
it.
if it's a good dude, or like if it's someone that's like awesome, like you could totally just hey, friendly discount, or also
Yeah.
you're also just supporting a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's nothing wrong in doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
think
and
that's the
I
right
mean,
move.
most studios will then, on top of the studio hours, charge you to mix it, or
Yeah.
sometimes they'll charge you to get the stems out so
Yeah.
you can take it to someone else to mix it.
Yeah, I've recorded in like a big studio like twice and I hated it. I'm also an artist that like when I record, I don't want anyone in the room.
I feel
like
that.
I want to be in my zone, and I'm also like I like get a little nervous when people are like in the room I'm recording. I'm like go away, like I'm trying to lock in here. Like it's
Yeah.
just I don't want like a crowd to watch when I record, so I prefer to record in my bedroom too. And also I can like take my time. I don't have to I don't feel pressured to like get the perfect take.
Totally.
Yeah. I think it was, and I think it's also really comical, especially. I think it was Internet Money posted this video of them in this massive studio, like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of console and analog gear, and it was like this dude on his phone. He's like, "Look at all this shit." and we going straight through this micro, and it was like they'd taken their laptop, put it on the desk, and then they put a Focusrite on the desk, and they were running the microphone into that, and then out using an aux cable to go into the monitors.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Look at all this shit." And we out here using the Focusrite.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
what it's like,
it's
dude.
not necessary, you know?
My favorite meme is like the Focusrite is like the male equivalent of like having like tapestry. Like a girl's like, you know, like the tapestry. When I say the word tapestry, you have that one that comes to your mind, you know? That's the exact same thing. It's like the like producer equivalent is the Focusrite 2i too.
Yeah.
Bro. Do you use Focusrite?
I do use a
Come
Focusrite. Come on.
I don't know why
reliable.
everyone decided like, yep, this is the best one. of
It's
all
just
time.
easy to use and it's cheap. I mean, you can get one for like $100.
Yeah.
And it's easy to use, and because other interfaces, I've like thought about buying other ones. I'll just like look at a picture of them. I'm like, there's too many buttons, too many knobs. I'm not buying it. Like I don't know what's happening.
Like I think they're very intuitive. You
Yeah.
know, especially for someone who like, they don't know like what the preamp is doing. Like, you know, they don't want to be setting all these different buttons and doing
Yeah.
all this. Turn it until it turns green. Sounds good.
Yep,
You know, like
much.
pretty easy. We have a friend who has a 1i1, or like the smallest one they do, then a 2i2, then a 4i4 stacked up on their desk, and they just trade between whichever one they need for like how many people they're recording
Yeah.
at that time, which I think is
Well, so I was just gonna say my first ever interface that I got was a Scarlett 18i6.
I don't even know what that is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
that's by Focusrite, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Scarlett Focusrite 18i6. So 18 inputs, 6 outputs. Now you're thinking, wow, he scored a landmine. What is this amazing Focusrite we're hearing
A
about?
landmine.
Or gold mine.
There you
I mean
go.
gold mine. Wow, he
That
he
shit's
stepped on a landmine.
that shit's explosive.
It's literally not, you know.
explosive.
But so I got it for $89 at my local music like vendor. I don't know, like
Yeah.
whatever. They did their own thing. I was like, 18 inputs. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. Found out it's all 1/4 inch.
Oh god, dude.
So when
No
I
preamps.
started out, I had because it's just like on the back, it's just like just a 1/4 inch like inputs. So when I started out, I had a mic input, an XLR to male instrument 1/4 inch, and I found out that creates the craziest feedback noise like
yeah.
of all time. So like all my like OG stuff when I'm like putting vocals on, you just hear just in the background the entire time.
Like
So-
little Micah didn't know about RX remove back then.
I didn't even, dude. Okay, funny story, real quick. I bought.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Michael Wilson podcast.
Hello, everyone.
featuring
This is
Michael
all me
Wilson
now.
and Michael Wilson
This is
only.
quick. This is quick. But when I started out like making beats and stuff, I thought plugins like you needed an iLock. Like I guess how I read it was like
No, Logan, because it wasn't that long ago that you did.
Yeah.
So I think all the articles from like
Yeah.
5-6 years ago
Yeah.
when we would be getting into it
Yeah.
would have said that you did need an iLock.
So the first plugin I was like, how do I get auto tune? You know, because that's just because I can't sing. So I was like, let me just get the thing that make me sing. You know, and then first thing I got, and it's like this auto. It was the weirdest looking plugin, and it was like, yeah, if you want this, you have to get an iLock. And I got this iLock. It's like it has to be the 2.0. So I got a new iLock, and then I paid $99 for this plugin as well as the other thing. I'm like in 8th, 9th grade at this point.
So $99, that's
No,
all the
$99
money
for
you
the
have.
plugin, $50 for the iLock. I got the wrong iLock. I had to get a new iLock, and then I had to get like a $20 activation thing. It was like so much money just for this one plugin, and I was like, plugins suck, dude. Like I never want to use plugins. And then I found out like, yeah, you don't have to use an iLock at all.
Yeah.
Do you know what an iLock is?
No, honestly, I don't.
Oh, that was a really good story to tell.
But I like at that point just crack whatever you want, like, because I've cracked like
Careful, man. We already talked about incriminating yourself.
I've cracked a lot of peanuts in my life, is what I was gonna say. I've cracked a lot of peanuts open, and I've cracked nothing else. Ever.
yeah,
So,
cashew nuts,
yeah,
pistachios. You know.
Yeah,
Big nuts
definitely
guy.
not plugins. That's crazy.
No, that would be.
That's not even.
insane.
That's not even possible.
Yeah, what? What does that even mean?
That's not even legal.
couldn't
I'm pretty sure. I would never do that.
I don't
What
even
are you
think
talking-
that's legal.
No, I'm just kidding.
But to hop back into something, there was something that you mentioned the other week that I thought was really interesting that I want to learn more about.
Okay.
You mentioned that now what you're doing, like on the side, is you're doing advertising on TikTok.
Yeah.
Or you're like marketing products.
Yeah.
How does that work? Like, what's going on there?
Listen, you
This
gotta make
TikTok is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
listen, you gotta make your money out here. I'm pretty sure every independent musician has some kind of side hustle. But no, yeah, I for all of last year I was doing like social media marketing for my buddy's agency. And that kind of ended a couple months ago. So I've been doing TikTok Creator Marketplace, which is like you have to have like a certain amount of like the requirements are like I think you have to have like 100,000 followers, 3 videos posted in the past like month, and then you can like qualify or something. But it's just like this dashboard where ads or apps will like post like, hey, I need an ad, and you'll like select which ads you want to apply for, and you've seen the ads on TikTok. It's the guys that are like, oh my gosh, this new game looks like so much fun. Let's play it, guys. Let's see what it's like. Oh my
fuck.
gosh, download today for free. Like you've seen them. It's doing that. I literally just like film ads for different like apps and brands, and
done any
it's honestly
cool
pretty
ones?
chill.
Yeah,
Huh?
you done any really cool ones?
No, just
These
no.
really shitty apps.
Just
and really
boring.
Careful what you're saying, bro. They might be listening.
Nah, they're not listening. They're not listening.
Hey, yo, the check's already cleared, right?
The check's cleared.
Yeah,
bro.
there you go.
We're in that. We're in that. But no, it's really chill, and I just like select which ads.
Yeah,
I
is it
wanna-
like really shitty drop shipping products and shit like
No,
that?
no. It's usually like games, like free games on the App Store. It's normally stuff like that.
So you got any games on your phone?
Yeah, the camera right there. You give us a plug?
I have every game in the App Store actually on my phone.
Wow.
Yeah, every single one. So
How's your Clash of Clans?
my CAC's looking really good right
Yeah,
now.
let's go.
Yeah.
Might have to take a gander after the.
Hey, you want to cut the?
Oh wait, no, you don't like pickles. Never mind.
Hey, I like some kind of pickle though. I'll
Hey,
tell you
man.
that much for free.
Hey,
I'll tell you that much for
yo,
free.
then Logan and I gotta leave. Like,
We got that kosher dill. Let me get to snacking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, the snack that smiles back. Am I
Nah,
right?
that's goldfish. I don't know.
Am I right?
Your shit smile. What you?
Hey, maybe it does.
Logan, cut to yourself.
Oh my god.
Well, no, I'm just kidding.
yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
What?
What are we talking about? Cracking peanuts or something?
Yeah, cracking jokes and stuff.
Yeah, not plugins. That's for sure.
I don't even know what a plugin is.
So then, other than wow, okay, we got a lot to learn. But what's the best experience you think you've had since moving out here?
Yeah, have you had your welcome to California moment yet?
I honestly haven't really had like a crazy experience yet. I mean, I've been to like a lot of events and stuff, but nothing. I've gotten drunk a lot. I need to actually relax on that.
We can go therapy mode if you want.
Yeah,
so.
we can.
Yeah.
But my liver just needs a break right now. But no, just a lot of connection. Like people are always in my house, like random people. I walk out at like midnight, like use a bathroom or something. There's like 5 people in my because when my friend tattoos, he does it in our living room. So like he's always bringing random people in. So, but it's also nice because like it's always someone that's in this creative space with us. So it's always someone new to me. He's always tattooing like big names, honestly. So there's always a lot of like connections to be made. And I've already met so many people. But that's honestly, yeah, I haven't had like my like, dude, you won't believe this story.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't had that yet. But
How long have you been here now?
It's been 3 weeks, I think.
Wait,
3
really?
weeks? Yeah.
I forget. You like the first thing you did was you like came to our show.
Like
Last week?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was like one of the first things I did, honestly. Like besides that, I think I went to like 2 other events the like first week I was here. But no, I've just been like, honestly, I haven't had time to like do that much just because like the first 2 weeks I was literally just trying
Moving
to get
in, yeah.
my life together.
Figuring out where you live.
Yeah,
now,
so
you
realistically,
know?
I've been here like living for like a week because those first 2 weeks I was not living.
You're still
I
on
was
vacation,
surviving.
bro.
Yeah, I'm
it's
still on
not set
vacation
in
mode.
yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I still got a lot. I don't even have a nightstand, bro. Like
I remember getting a nightstand journey,
bro.
Hit up IKEA.
Why is it so hard to do? Can we just talk about that? Why
That's
is it
facts,
so
though.
hard to find a nightstand?
No, my nightstand is fucked up because I got it from IKEA and then I built the front and then you needed to hammer in the back. And I hammered in the back on the front, so all of the drawers and everything they don't go in properly because the sliders are the wrong way.
I don't
so
know,
if you leave them, they just fall out, like all the drawers and everything.
It's like
It's
a you
been
problem.
like 2 years and I haven't fixed it.
Yeah, it's.
No, but you gotta go to the IKEA. Have you been to the big IKEA yet?
I haven't yet. I
No,
don't know
it's
how
a-
far it is for me.
It's a solid IKEA, bro. I think it's it's a good IKEA. I think it's in Burbank, so it
It's
won't be
not a
too
bad
far.
IKEA. It's one of the good ones.
You hear that, IKEA? You're doing a good job out there in Burbank, okay?
Just talking about IKEA now, I guess.
Shout out to
Well,
IKEA.
Micah, you had a 10-minute tangent about iLocks, so
Yeah,
This is true.
And I didn't even know what it was the entire tangent. So
He doesn't know IKEA. He's like, what are we talking
yeah,
about?
what's IKEA?
So, you know Sweden?
I think that's the band. The band.
No, Swedish Fish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
They're
of
the
course,
snack that smiles
of course.
back.
I honestly don't love Swedish Fish. I'm not gonna lie.
What?
I'm a
No,
Sour
they-
Patch Kids guy.
they
you
get
know?
all stuck in your teeth and shit, bro. Like Swedish Fish.
Sour Patch? What do you got?
I'm down for honestly. I can fuck with either. You know, like I'm
He's
not-
by? You
The
dabble?
Sour Patch Kids.
Well, it's either or, you know? There's
Is
no
it?
other choice, yeah.
If I had to choose one, I think I might go Sour Patch Kids. So.
They're just better.
Inherently. I had something to say, but we keep just going on the weirdest
Oh yeah,
thing.
so you haven't had your moment yet. Do you have anything that you still haven't been able to do yet while you've been here?
I still haven't like record or like made a song like start to finish yet. I've like written some songs, but I haven't like made my like everything start to finish yet as far as like beat like from the ground up, which I want to do. I have some friends coming in the next couple weeks and they're like really good with like production and stuff, so hopefully we can get some stuff cooked up. But that's another thing I'm trying to do is connect with more producers. Because I like working on stuff like like if I'm gonna make a song, like I want like to be with the producer in person so we can like make tweaks and stuff. Because I already know so many like songwriters and artists and engineers, but I honestly don't know many producers out here. So that's one avenue I'm trying to tap in with is the production side.
Yeah. Well, hey,
So-
if you're a producer listening in, Cohlman
Hit
needs
me
you.
up.
Yeah, hey, maybe you could hop in our Discord link down below.
Oh my
There's a lot of
gosh. What a
producers.
plug, what a plug. Come on.
And
Click the link.
So good at it. You need to
Thanks
get me
again
a segue.
for us paying. We'll pay you after this for the
For the plug,
that.
yeah,
for the
yeah.
plug. That was pretty smooth. how you
We
led
said
that
we
in.
said $10, right?
No, dude. 10 diamond rings. Come on, bro.
Whoa!
10
Fuck.
rollies. We talked about 10 rollies.
Fuck.
This man expensive. So, do you think your tattoo friend could give me a discount?
Maybe, dude. If you provide him with value. Of
Like I
some
gotta be
sort.
like his friend.
No, like if you're like if you're
What
like
value
yo,
do you bring to the tattoo table, Mike?
yo,
much.
I will film a promotional video for you or some shit like that, then maybe he would. Honestly, I don't know. That's,
Get a tattoo artist on the podcast.
Honestly, I'd be down.
that would be cool.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
A day
You know,
in
they
the
can
life.
tattoo us.
Get a
'cause, like-
tattoo while the podcast happens.
That's what I'm saying. They could
I'll get a
tattoo
tattoo
us.
during the
He
podcast.
does stuff like that all the time. Like he'll go to like shows and like tattoo on stage while like people are performing. Like it's
How do you?
he does-
That would not be fun. To
no,
me.
not like while the artist is
Oh.
performing, but like he'll tattoo like the crew and stuff.
Yeah, I
like,
got
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm just imagining
That's
like,
the ultra
yo,
VIP.
bitch, hey, shut the, you know.
And he's like, yeah, stop moving. He's like, my bad.
He's like, open up that pit. Ow, ow, ow.
We were actually talking about that. He was tattooing my roommate, and we were like, "Wait, what if like you made a song while you're being tattooed?" And it was like, "Wait, that's kind of not easy to do."
Yeah, because like, you have
the
something is
background.
immobile. You
Yeah,
know,
like,
like
you
you can't
can't-
move around that much. That's dope. Tattoos, man.
Tattoos,
Makes
man.
you
Shout
think.
out tattoos.
Do you have any
Shit.
tattoos?
I don't.
You clean, baby.
I'm very like picky, and so like I don't want to. Like I go through phases fast, so like I don't want to get something, and then like 2 months later, I'm like, why did I do that? So I gotta wait until the right tattoo idea comes along. But I want one, I really do. I just don't know what I want yet.
Oh shit.
So, not to LA, but I got a quick question. How did you find out? Story behind you finding us, and you know, get that connection happening.
Yeah. It's kind of, I guess it's the same way I've made pretty much every connection in music, which was TikTok.
Go.
it was the TikTok. I think it's y'all's like biggest one or one of y'all's biggest ones where he's like,
Nobody.
welcome to Roseflower
Yeah.
Records. This we like do this and this. And as soon as he said independent artist, I was like, all right, I gotta tap in. I gotta tap in. And then I joined. I think that like week, the same week I followed y'all. I think I even like DM'd y'all or something.
I think you
Something like that.
I think you commented.
Yeah, something like that.
He interacted.
I interacted in
tapped
some
in.
way, and then I think I joined the live stream that week, and I was like, "This is sick."
Yeah.
So I kept joining the live streams because at that time I had so much unreleased music. So I was like, "Oh, let's send it in, see what they think." And then I ran out of unreleased music, so
Damn.
I wasn't tapping in as often, but I was still trying to make some of the streams. But no, yeah, I think joining the live streams and like seeing the community and like how everyone was with each other was kind of like what was like, dude, this is like super sick and unique.
So, well, it's interesting you say that because we've had a lot of independent artists be like, yeah, I saw this one TikTok,
Yeah.
and it's like, that's the one that's like been a staple. I'm curious, you said that like, it was us saying like, yo, all independent artists tap in, whatever, for you, like, do you always want to stay independent? Like, do you, like, there might not have been something you've thought about before, but like, if, someone came up to you right now and was like, hey man, sign this deal, like, what do you think you would do?
That's like it's a hard question because like the thing with like getting deals is like, honestly, most artists, if you have any kind of like, even if you have a small following, like you could probably get a deal. But the thing is like your deal is not going to be good unless you provide a lot of value to the label.
True.
And so it's like, but if you can provide value to the label, odds are your value is high enough already to where you could do it on your own. And so I think it's one of those things where like, if I ever did sign, it would be at a point where like I already have a lot going on with my own like fan base and stuff. And I don't necessarily need a label, but like it would have to be like a deal to where it's like a no-brainer. Because I have a lot of friends also who were independent for like the first 2 or 3 years that they were like really popping off in music. And they thought they'd be independent forever. And, they get to that point where they're doing fine independent, but like someone comes through and like offers a deal and it's like, you already got stuff going on. It's like, might as well accept. Obviously, if I get a bad deal, I'm not going to accept it. But
Yeah.
I'm not even at the point in my own career where
Where
like I would
that's not even
accept
an
that.
option.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this brand new thing called a 360 deal where they cover everything that you got. You should definitely sign one of those.
Yeah, I will sign. Yeah, for sure. Can I sign one with y'all? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got it printed out. There you go.
Could you imagine?
You
We
sign away,
take
you sign away your
everything-
house, your car, your oxygen, your life, your kids, your dog,
Kidneys.
your mom, your dad, your kidneys.
And then you can have 5% of it back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yippee. I mean, he's already living in like 5% of a house. So,
No,
I'm just
I would say 3%.
oh, wow. We're going lower.
On a good day.
Well, it's cool because like I think that that's something like the whole talk from like independent to signed is a talk, and I think something that's really cool is like, or something super interesting. I feel like you also having roommates where you have or the people that you have right now where you have people who are involved with sync.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I didn't even know what sync was for a really
Sinks
long
that
time.
thing in the bathroom for a long time, you know?
Let that sink in.
And then you find
Let
out.
that sink in.
But it's like sync placements, like I never knew. And like, having someone who's managing, I know you said like you have roommates who are like managing other artists and things like that. Like it's cool to like have those people kind of be like the backbone of like, even if they're not like with you ride or die, like 100% of the time.
But they're there.
But
you
they're
know?
there, so
Yeah.
you can ask questions really early on, and you can get a head start, especially to a lot of, because there's so many people who are moving to LA being like, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this, and then like lives change, people do different things. So it's like, I think that's cool. Do you think that there, off the top of your head, are there any other benefits that you feel like that you have that you can bring to the table, based
Damn.
off of your experience? Not like that might have been a deep question, maybe a little bit too hard, but
I mean, on a surface level, like you would think I don't, just because like I don't really mix. I mean, I don't really produce. I would say I'm a good writer, but I think for me, it's just like mainly like how connected I am, and that's kind of what's driven like my career from the start. Is just like my ability to make natural connections and not like the fake connections that are like forced. Like you meet them at a party and you're like, oh, what do you do? Oh, you're like a Grammy nominated producer. Okay, let's tap in tomorrow. Like I'm not like forcing like friendships with people. But I think I'm fairly like wise when it comes to who I connect with and not to connect with the wrong people, especially out here, because there's some very scummy people in the music industry.
True.
But I think just like my connections and who kind of I have access to and the things I have access to would be like the most valuable thing right now. And also just like it's stupid I say this because I'm not applying it right now, but like I would say I have a lot of experience within social media and like content creation just because of like I've worked years like managing that, but also like creating myself. The reason I've like haven't been doing it lately is just because like I've been trying to like get out here. Also just because like the algorithms are my enemy and I hate them. So
This is
but
true of a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck that.
so
Fuck the
I have
algorithm.
I have a lot of knowledge around like content creation, but it's just like for me it's like I look at it as like at the end of the day like you could be making the greatest content, the most catchy content, but if the algorithm doesn't want it to be seen, it's not going to be seen, which is like the worst part about social media right now.
Yeah, it's like I feel like do you ever get this where like the video does so well in the few people it got shown to that you're like, well, why didn't you show
Yeah.
it to more people then? Because
It
we'll
makes-
get like the 300 views and then we'll get like 80 likes in those 300 views. And I'm like, clearly it's good. What's happening here? Why
Yeah.
are we not like,
It sucks sometimes because I feel like we're under the prestige of the algorithm. Like
Yeah.
algorithm is fate and it dictates who goes and who doesn't,
Yeah.
And a lot of the times that makes me ask the question like, well, what can we as independent artists and independent creatives, what can we do to take control of that and like be on the forefront of that?
100%.
I don't know what that
don't
answer
either.
is. I think that's something that like,
do dope shit.
yeah, just be awesome.
Yeah, I think the only thing we can do honestly is just keep creating. And it's like it's one
Facts.
of those things where it's like it sucks because we're honestly probably not going to see any return for 99% of that.
Yeah.
But like for the 1%, it could like change your career.
Yeah.
But it's like dude, it's hard when you're grinding every day, you're filming every day, editing every day, and like you're not seeing the return. It's so difficult to like want to keep doing it because it's just like why would you invest like money in a business if like you're making no money back? It's like that's you're investing your time and your energy into these videos and like trying to think of new stuff and editing and like you're not getting any return most of the time.
And
So-
it's the same regard too, because in this aspect now it's like your soul is attached to the music that you're making. So like all of a sudden like this art that you're putting out to people is inherently you,
Mm-hmm.
And like if it doesn't sell, that sometimes hits your ego.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's
100%.
like that's hard.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing that you have to like deal with as an artist and as an independent artist too. I feel like that a lot of people as just a listener put a lot of perspective on like, or they just put a lot of pressure on like an artist, especially if like they had a couple things pop off and then it's like, a lot of people don't understand why like people need to have like mental health breaks and things like that, because there's a lot of pressure, not just from TikTok, not just from algorithms, not from other people, but just that even an artist can have with themselves,
Sure.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's a shitty thing.
Yeah.
Fight for something, but we gotta fight. Stand
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
It's definitely something I struggle with. Like 2 years ago, and like my TikTok like popped off. It like popped off for like 2 weeks, and that's when I like gained all those followers. And I had been posting every day. I would post a freestyle every day, so I'd write a new verse every day for like 6 months, and then I finally had one like do good, and then my page popped off for a couple weeks. But I was so burnt out at that point, I like took like a week off, and like when I came back, my page was just it never recovered.
Yeah.
And like I sometimes I look back at that, I'm like, damn, like maybe like I would be like famous right now and like have my deal if I like just would have kept
posting.
posting
Yeah.
and
I
like
know
taking
that,
advantage.
yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like, damn, like did I fuck up right there?
Yeah.
Like could that have been like the turning point in my career?
Well, but I think
You know
is
what I
what's
mean?
way more important is that, I mean, you had to take a break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, you can't change the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think if you hadn't stopped posting and you had blown up, think about it, you would have had to have kept posting at that same rate from then until now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it would have still been a couple, like, honestly, we have the same shit. That one video that blew up while I was back home in the UK. I didn't post anything for like a week and a half after that video posted, came back like 50 views. Yeah, it's like the same shit.
Yeah, it's tough. They definitely reward consistency, I would say. But it's like, you know, when you're doing it on your own every day, it's like, it's hard to stay consistent every single day. It's like you wanna break just to like breathe.
Yeah.
And
At
well,
some point.
I think one of the huge themes that we're getting at here, and something that I think is super important, I want listeners at home as well as everyone here to just kind of take this to heart, is I think that like what we got to be aware of is this is a machine. This is literally like, it's an algorithm, you know, and what we do is it like we are creating, we are adding things in, we're bringing things into fruition that didn't exist prior based off the human mind. And like, that's the illest thing ever, you know, that's so dope. And the algorithm is supposed to help us. It's not supposed to be something that we have to base our life off of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but just a byproduct that we can look. And I see that for all social media, and I see that for everything. It's like, this is something that's just like kind of something that can help us, but my worth is not in this. Like who I am as a person, my networking abilities, you know, my writing, my flow, my production, like whatever you do in any aspect, even if it's like, you know, you make a birdhouse or something on TikTok, but like, what you're doing isn't you. It's nothing more than just a byproduct of, or it's just something that you can just tap into to sometimes, you know, help marketing and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's not you.
Yeah, I think it's definitely important to remember, like, at the end of the day, like, although we're, like, all in our different avenues, like, grinding whatever we're grinding, like, we're still, like, human, and you still got to, like, make time for, like, yourself and mental health, and your career isn't your life. Like, it's your life, but, like, it's not your life. It's, like, what you want to do in life, but it's not your actual life, and that's, like, worth way more. So,
Yeah.
And I think that's a beautiful message to end on.
Fuck yeah.
Come on.
We're too good. We're in sync, baby. I'm Justin. You can be one of the.
That's One Direction. No, what is that?
That's Big Time Rush.
Big Time
yeah,
Rush.
That's the
Oh.
fucking Big Time Rush intro.
Come on, guys.
My fault. Love Big Time
Shout
Rush.
out Big Time Rush.
Come on. Die Hard.
Let's
But
collab.
carry on.
Can
I'll
we
let you
sing
finish.
this?
Yeah, for real, bro.
Let's make a song.
Come on.
Shoot your shot, baby.
Hey, I'm going to shoot.
He don't miss. Look at him go. No, I was kidding.
But no, Mr. Cohlman, thank you so much for
course.
joining us. You got just that camera because the other one died. Where can people find you? Where can they
You
listen
can
to your
find
music?
me on any platform. It's at Cohlman, but it's spelled different. Okay, it's COHLMAN. Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, Apple Music, whatever your grandma uses. MySpace.
Come on.
AOL.
Facebook?
Not Facebook. That's
Ooh.
for weirdos. Everything else though. Sorry to my Facebook people.
Yeah, he just bashed the whole community at y'all, bro.
Yeah, yo.
Sorry to
You
my
gonna take that?
Hey, sorry to my Facebook moms out there, but my DMs are open.
Woo!
So,
But not on
yeah.
Facebook.
But not on Facebook.
The
my Facebook
The
DMs.
Facebook mom.
The messenger, bro. No, that's
Messenger
awesome.
Warriors.
Well, you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Shoelace Music, spelled SHOOLACEMUSIC. If you don't know how to spell music, that's a you problem, dog.
You say MUSS.
No, MUSIC. Music.
MUSSE is not music.
MUSIC.
That's not what you
wait.
said.
I heard
that-
MUSSE too.
Yeah, you said MUSSE.
To be, I will say, as the person wearing the headphones, I did hear him say MUSIC.
Okay.
It's just that if you think about it, IE, that's pretty similar.
UP.
Hey.
Well, where can they find Roseflower and you, Mr. Finlay?
You can find me on Instagram at Finlay did it, cause who did it?
Finley did.
Finlay did it.
Oh, I almost
That's the
did it.
first
I
time the
almost had
guest
it.
got involved. Fuck yeah.
That's
I'll
lit.
take that. You can find Roseflower Records at Roseflower Records on Instagram and TikTok at Roseflower Records on Twitter while it's still around, and at www.roseflowerrecords.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Cohlman,
Thanks for
thank
having
you so
me.
much for
Of
coming
course.
down. This was a lot of fun.
Been a blast.
Yes.
Love it.
I'm going to
Micah?
tickle your pickle after the episode.
Hey, that's the time you cut the camera.
And on that
And with
note,
that-
we'll see you guys
And
next
with that-
episode. Bye bye.
Thank you. Toodaloo.